Welcome to the Conscious Sisterhood Show, where you get an inside listen on consciously liberating content that our community membership receive on a weekly basis. Lucky you! My name is Sequoia Castex, and I will be your host. Let's get conscious. Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Sequoia Castex, and on our previous Hone Your Power episode, we discussed the value of womanhood, the power in femininity, and the conscious essentials you need to hone that power so you can live the life you love. I am so excited that you're back for more, because tonight's liberating topic is even more juicy: the power of sisterhood. Yes, that's right. You have heard me mention before, in order for us to truly appreciate the power of something, we must first understand its value. So, in my opinion, sisterhood is powerful for three crucial reasons: belonging, self-worth, representation. Now, this statement does not suggest women of other racial backgrounds do not identify or even value these same pillars. But because of our inhumane history and lack of positive representation, our social identity has been anchored in things that really don't complement or support the future we see for ourselves, family, or community. For example, our trailblazer, Ida B. Wells, she identified with these very same powerful values in sisterhood: belonging, self-worth, representation. So much so that she set fire to the first wave of Black feminism by launching the National Association of Colored Women's Club in 1896. Now, not only was her women's club a place of solace for conscious Black women in her community, but her relentless pursuit for racial betterment spread city after city, tackling issues like women's suffrage, family planning, lynching, health and sanitation. She began to gain even greater influence and helped start initiatives like kindergarten, the juvenile court system, even libraries. So, as you can see, the bond in sisterhood is a deep aspect of our history. Black women need Black women to fully understand and embrace our unique femininity. We thrive better when we have a sense of belonging and community. Black women collectively standing in our power to give counsel and support, but to receive such as well. So, if you are ready to experience the power of sisterhood in your own life, your conscious sister has the answers for you. But before we dive in, we'll be right back after this commercial. Hi there. We are Houston's favorite social club organization, liberating the feminine and social wellness of Black women. Did this episode inspire you to take part in our community membership? If so, text CSSC to the number below. A conscious sister will be ringing your line shortly. Looking for something to get into this weekend? Join the fun by attending our exciting upcoming events. You don't want to miss it. For the remaining of the show, we are going to discuss the top 5 conscious essentials you need to experience the power of sisterhood in your own family, in your own neighborhood, at your school, at your job, even in your own church. No matter how young or old, the power of sisterhood is not out of reach for you. So, with that being said, first on our list, gentleness. Now, I had to lead with this one first because I absolutely love how the act of gentleness is trending now. Because in most cases, if we witness someone or something being mishandled, that usually indicates the individual is unaware of the value it has. So, in that same manner, let's handle one another more delicately. Not because I'm a flower, but because I can also be a bomb. So we aren't in any way encouraging you to be a pushover or people pleaser. You can be gentle in your assertiveness. You can be gentle in your no. It's not about what you say, but how you say it. Oh, and just remember, always be willing to extend the same amount of gentleness you expect while on your self-development journey. Number 2, dependable. Just as our self-belief diminishes when we fail to keep the promises we make to ourselves, so does our trust and credibility when we fail to keep the promises we make to each other. And believe me, as a working mom of 2 businesses with a family of 5, I know exactly what it feels like to be spread thin. So be realistic with your availability, with your workload and mental state. If you find yourself in a situation where you're unable to follow through with the commitment, consider that Black girl's time. Send her a text, give her a call, and just let her know you're unable to make it. Number 3, affirming. We grow in the direction of light. So be your sister's keeper by uplifting and nurturing her with your words. Believe it or not, words can leave deeper and longer lasting scars than any weapon can. So let's make sure we're using our words to uplift and affirm our Black sisters. Number 4, security. This is a biggie, but hear me out. Do not underestimate the practice of self-love. Yes, you heard me right. Do not underestimate the practice of self-love. And here's why. The biggest roadblock to experiencing the security in sisterhood is self-love. The mistrust that we feel oftentimes comes from our own insecurities. Think about it. The more confident I am as a Black woman makes it so much easier for me to be open and accepting to another confident Black woman. The more kindness and patience I show myself makes it easier for me to extend those same gestures. Unless, of course, you experience emotional or physical distress every time you're with that person. In that case, you may have outgrown that friendship. Time for better. Number 5, intentional. When you are intentional and proactive with the Black women in your life, the Black girl magic you are sure to experience will be nothing short of extraordinary. Don't sit around and wait for these women to walk into your life. Take matters into your own hands. Get social. Whenever I meet a woman I feel I have a connection with, I get in touch and see where this sisterhood takes us. Sometimes beautiful friendships emerge. Other times, not so much. But that's okay, because we all have a right to choose who we want to keep close in our life. And so do you. So take advantage of that. You deserve it. Well, there you have it. Our top 5 conscious essentials you need to experience the power of sisterhood in your own life. I'm so glad that you tuned in today. We'll see you next time on the Conscious Sisterhood Talk Show.